Hey there, lovely people. April here on Tarot and Witchery. So I decided that it's time to get rid of some decks. Yep, it's time to cull them, release them, move them on, whatever you feel best about hearing. I'm not chopping their heads off, so I guess I'm not culling them. I'm decluttering and becoming honest about which decks work for me and which decks don't. So I have shopped my shelves, and today we're going to look at 8 decks. We're going to look at 4 tarot and 4 oracle decks and decide, you're going to decide with me, or you're going to guess at least with me, which one of these I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to get rid of. This is really about getting honest, like what is really working for me, what isn't. I don't want to have things on my shelves just to have them. I don't want to keep something because at one time I had this amazing relationship with it and it was just something really special to me. You know, that's not personal evolution. More than anything, if you watched my tarot consumerism video, which I'll link down below, I talked about how I felt overwhelmed by having so many decks and by that I was getting caught in this consumerism vortex. But I really freed myself from it over the last month, and it has been actually a month and a half. It's been amazing. It's been amazing not to buy decks and to really just enjoy what I have. And it's made me want to make more space to be present with what I have. I actually have an up and coming video where I'm going to kind of talk to you about the progress, the mental machinations that I went through over the month of September, and that kind of got me to this point where I can sit down and let go. But before we jump into it, I want to tell you that I'm really excited. I have released my ancestral divination course. There's a link to it down below. You do 6 types of divination while working with your ancestral line in order to really pull apart what heritage and birthright are for you and work with your ancestors. It's a great way to strengthen your intuition and really get into a rhythm with your craft or your spirituality, whatever you want to call it. And it's just amazing. I have a little blurb at the end of this. I'm not going to get into it, but I just want to tell you it's up, it's there, it's ready, it's on demand. And in November, we have a live so that we can all talk about what we've been doing and how we're feeling about it. So check that out. It's down below. And without further ado, let's get into looking at these decks. All right, first up is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. I bought this because the art is kind of classical styled. I just looked at this deck, not even really worked with it. And there's a couple reasons for that. So it's very monochromatic, as you can see. Very, very white. But that doesn't bother me because I know sometimes I'm getting into that with a deck and I'm okay with it. The art style is intriguing. It has sort of a mythical quality to it. And it's, you know, I like this Fool. It's just it's a Rider-Waite clone basically done with this other style here. What I don't like about it, you guys, is this. You see that? That's a counterfeit. It really bothers me to have counterfeit decks. It's something that it's icky. You know, I haven't worked with this. The art style, I like the art style. I mean, I already have it. What am I going to do? Rebuy it? Would I rebuy it in the real... get a real copy of it. Okay, you guys, leave your comments down below. Do you think I'm going to keep this one or get rid of them? I'm trying to think of what I have in this vein. You know, when I look at this, I'm thinking, does the art really call to me? You know, I like this. I like the keywords. Okay, you guys, okay. This is so hard. I actually, when I look at it, I feel like this is something that I might read with. Like it's compact. It's really small. Look at how small this thing is. I mean, it's one of those like take out and go I do kind of like the monochromatic color palette. I do love the classical art style of this. Like, this is an amazing 3. Oh, look at that. The Knight of Wands is like on fire. You know what? Okay, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it, you guys, because I feel like I haven't given this a chance. So there's that. All right, next on the tarot list is the Penumbra Tarot. Okay, so let me just say I love this box. I absolutely love this book. I really, really love this book. I love the fact that it all fits inside the box. I don't particularly like big boxes. I'm not a Llewellyn fan for that reason, even though they are full-size books. But this is a full-size book. Look at this. This is a chunky book. I mean, this is gorgeous. I absolutely just love this gilding on here and on the back. Gorgeous. This deck actually has my favorite all-time 6 of Pentacles in it. Let's see if I can even find it. Yeah, it has my all-time favorite 6 of Pentacles. I actually have a picture of it on my phone. It's on my lock screen, so it comes up. All these are upside down. But I like this world. I love the body positivity in it. You know, there's lots of things that I like about this deck. The animals I don't relate to because they are as much, because, you know, like we don't have kangaroos here. It's just very interesting, the art style. So, okay, you may be thinking, why the heck am I even thinking about getting rid of this? It's the art style. I can't unsee it. I was watching, this is such a great Empress. I was watching Sylvain. Sylvain, this is your fault. I was watching Sylvain and he was talking about how it has an inconsistent art style to it. It's like some of them are more realistic and then some of them are not. There it is, the 6 of Pentacles. This is my all-time favorite 6 of Pentacles in any deck at all. I just am not reaching for this deck, and it's a great 5 of Pentacles. It really is really, really well done. I feel like this deck, like some of the cards are hit and some of the cards are miss. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard, but I'm just not reading with it. I guess the book itself is really, really nice. It's got, you know, it's got the upright, the reversed, and Ethemy does this on all of her decks, I think. She's got, and then she does it in the apogee perigee, sorry, and she gives a song for it. Gosh, okay, give your vote down below. Am I going to keep this or get rid of it? Oh my gosh. Again, this is really hard. It's really, really pretty. I mean, look at the gilding on this. It's so sparkly. It's so lovely. It really, really is. I mean, the book is amazing on this. You know what, you guys? I think the brave thing to do right here is to get rid of this. This is not my art style. And it is not, yeah, this is not my art style. And the inconsistency of the artwork plays on me. Okay, yeah, I'm getting rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh, that was really hard. Okay, that was really, really hard. The next one here is James R. Eads. Is that right? Is that the name of him? Yeah, James R. Eads, the Prisma Visions Tarot. Now, I was so excited to get this tarot. Let me tell you. Look, first of all, the box is gorgeous. This is such a gorgeous box. Look at the inside of that. I'm a box freak, can you tell? You know, he just does a wonderful job. He's got the little sparkly on there. It's just really, really pretty. Of course, he's got a book. A nice little book in here that talks about each one of the cards. And I know some of you absolutely love this. Now, you may all know this. You may have heard me on my rant, but this is my all-time, I absolutely hate it, Fool. Like, absolutely. I was going through this deck and doing a deep dive when I got it. I was really committed to that. And the first thing I did was pull out this Fool And I thought maybe it was the pelican until I read the book and found that there's a wolf here that's almost drowning. To me, this isn't like a jumping off point. This isn't that. This isn't the Fool. It doesn't show that like I'm excited, I'm impetuous, I'm covered by the universe and what I'm doing, and I can jump out there and do it. It really turned me off really, really badly. So one of the things about this deck is if you've used it, then you know that the all of the minor arcanas line up like a scene that you can read. And that's really cool. And I've looked at it and thought that's really neat. However, I never line them up in a row and look at the scene or the progression. The biggest thing for me about this deck, other than absolutely hating the Fool, the book is very thought-provoking. The stuff that's going on in this book is amazing. The thing about this deck, and this was an expensive deck. This was not cheap. The thing about this deck is I find the art style difficult to see. Like, it's almost like this deck needed to be an oracle size for you to really see what's going on. It's difficult for me to see with my eyes what's going on. It's a very dark deck. Oh God, you know, it's gorgeous art. It's absolutely, look at that Queen of Pentacles. That's so beautiful. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. The truth is that since I got this, I haven't really read with it. Oh my God, this is so hard. Should I give it a chance? I mean, who out there loves this deck? If you love this deck, let me know down below. Okay, leave your guess down below. Do you think I'm going to keep it or not? Wow. The unicorn for the Knight of Pentacles. Such a great Knight of Pentacles. I must say, for the most part, the court cards in this deck are really, really good. This Sun card, never really liked it. Okay, am I going to keep this? Should I keep this? Oh man, the Hermit. It's really pretty. Knight of Swords, look at that. That is such a great Knight of Swords. Oh, this is so hard. It's got gilding on it. If it had that blue gilding on there, I'd really be super tempted. Oh my gosh. Okay. This blue is gorgeous on here. You know, I don't really like reading with this deck. I am chopping it. It's chopped. You're gone. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. That was hard. Sorry that took so long. The next tarot deck in here is the Mermaid Tarot. I pulled this out to read with this summer. Again, here's a Llewellyn box. Nice big giant box with these things that I hate. Takes up tons of space on my shelf. Really pretty backs. And of course it's a sea theme because mermaids. Is this whole thing going to be upside down? It's a wonderful summery deck. I got this out to read in the summer and I didn't really read with it. I have had this deck for years and years. The Beached Whale, the Three of Swords. It's really good. It's very sad. I feel like the cards are very emotive. And they really do tell a story. Like, this is what I would consider an easy read tarot. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, very fanciful, of course. It's got this nice big book here. It's full color, as Llewellyn likes to do. How many of you out there are super sea fans or super mermaid fans? Oh, this is really hard. So, you know, it's a great tower. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. The colors are really pretty. When I go to the sea, I go to the sea to ground. I go to the sea to feel as though I am a drop in the ocean and the ocean itself. It's a meditative experience for me where I go to remember how small I am so that I can also realize I'm a part of the whole. It's just incredibly profound and grounding. But this deck, it does not feel grounding to me. It does not feel like the ocean. It feels like a cartoon. Make your guess below what I'm going to do with this one. You know, it's like I said, this is such an easy read. I would say this is just as easy a read as the Everyday Witch Tarot, because it's so easy to see what's going on in the cards. But when push comes to shove, this feels like a cartoon to me. This does not have the feel of the ocean for me. If I were going to have a mermaid deck, it would be in like pre-Raphaelite style. So yes, you can tell I'm going to chop it. I'm going to chop this one. So at this point, I have 3 tarot decks that I'm chopping and only 1 that I'm keeping. And I'm kind of like freaking out about that James R. Eads deck because it was so expensive, and kind of thinking, should I go back? Should I not get rid of this one? Should I give it another try? But the point here for me is to really let go of things, is to let go of things that don't work. Onto the Oracle decks. I've got 4 Oracle decks here. The Motivation Manifesto cards. So when I used to do weekly readings on my other channel, I would use this deck. It was just kind of a cool little deck to use. The backs are nothing cool at all. It's all words. There are no pictures. The white space of a free day seems unfathomable because we have become hypnotized by a false but compelling need to respond to all needs of others. So this is such an interesting deck. Freedom and victory belong to those who remain strong and true despite temptation. It's actually not a bad deck to use as a jumping off point. Like, draw a card for a theme. Like, say you're thinking about your career and you just want to do, like, for the week, you're doing a career thing. So you would, draw this and then draw a companion tarot card to go with it to kind of explain. Like, maybe I would draw, this is the theme of the week, and then I would draw another card that's like, what do I do with that energy? What don't I do with that energy? You know what I mean? So it's really cool. Like, it's got a lot of really cool sayings in it. Without self-mastery, we are slaves to fear, impulse, and conformity. With self-mastery, joy, greatness, and transcendence are ours. So they're really just great sayings, I don't really read like this anymore, though. Like, it's rare that I do a reading in this way. Or I guess I haven't done a reading like this in a while. And we all have cycles where we go in and out of reading certain ways and trying different things. Like, to me, this is almost like bibliomancy. That one phrase, and then you do a reading with it, or you use that. Like, I talk about bibliomancy in my ancestral divination course, and I could see using these at my ancestral altar. So that's kind of an idea. Oh man. Okay, give your guess below. Am I going to keep these or not? Let us believe faithfully that our dreams are worthy of any struggle, and that it is our time to free ourselves and rise to glory. Wow, I don't really read with this anymore. Okay, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this because I may use these for cards. Like, I mail cards to people, and I may use it for that, and I may use it on my ancestral altar. And I don't need to have a full deck to do that. I could mail some away. I could use it on my ancestral altar. I'm going to keep it. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, in the affirmations realm, so I'm keeping that one, is Power Igniter Affirmations by Sean D. Gibson. Okay. So there are tons of these. Now, honestly, I didn't even know there was a book in here. I'm so guilty of this. Okay, so it's like how just to use it and an overview and like some spreads. Okay, so I wasn't missing out on anything there. So there's the backs. They're pretty. There's only 35 cards here. I can't even believe I purchased this at the time, but They have a keyword and then a phrase. And again, I use these on my I used to use these on my weekly readings. Action. I take action each day towards my heart's desires, and I do this in many exciting ways, including, so the idea is that you read these and then I forgot about this. Okay. And then you kind of fill in the blank. So again, this is great for drawing tarot cards afterwards, including A, B, and C, or whatever it is. Confidence, opportunity, silver lining, grateful. I'm just looking at these. Limitless, abundance, passion. So this is definitely a light deck, like in Turn on the Light. This is not you're not going to get very much correction out of this deck. Desire, divine timing. Everything in my life is divine timing, and all is unfolding as it should, with many exciting possibilities for tomorrow, including. Okay, make your guesses on this one, what I'm going to do. If I'm going to keep it or not. This wasn't super expensive, but honestly, it wasn't cheap either for 35 bucks. I remember thinking, and there's like a ton of different like types. This is the Power Igniter, and there's other ones. You know, did you make your guess? I'm going to chop this one. You know, I'm keeping this one, and I just feel like this is a little bit too much of a, this is Brendan Burchard. I like Brendan Burchard. He is such a geeky, cool guy. So I really like him. He teaches about doing your own business and being successful at it. So that makes me happy that I'm keeping this one. But this feels a little bit too much like, it's all love and light. And it's gone. Okay. Lastly, we're going to look at two decks at once. Rebecca Campbell's decks. Both of these decks have artwork by Danielle Noel. And I got this deck when it first came out. And I read with it. And it's got the little book here. The artwork on this is so beautiful. I mean, this is just really, really gorgeous. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? You know, the messages are really, really pretty on them. Boundaries, trust your path, Council of Light. Hate that card. I know that's... okay, you guys know that I have a little bit of, like, it's a trigger thing for me. I felt like my journey into the Ascension community became all about light, 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 light. You know, I think the name of this is Work Your Light Oracle. You're already doing it. You know, it's very fanciful. The colors are really pretty. Now, see, I like this card, but it's darker. Trust the niggle. So that's kind of interesting right there. Take a break. Now, I happen to recall that Dawn Michelle took these two decks and put them together. That she did not like some of the cards, and so she just went through and made one deck. Water your garden. Like, this language just drives me crazy. To me, please don't take me wrong for those of you who are like super into the Ascension community and this whole 5D reality thing. I can totally wrap my head around it. I just prefer different language that grounds me right here. I am not trying to get off this planet. I am trying to get connected to this planet. So it's a thing for me. Like this is gorgeous. Look at this. This is beautiful. Wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. And the Hathors, and I'm totally into some of the channeled work of the Hathors completely. Lost lands. You've got the love. Trust the timing. You're not for everyone. You know, this is interesting because it's not all like everything's groovy in a way. You know what I mean? Double mission. Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. Yeah, just take that off, that Lightworker starseed thing. I just, man, it's just, it triggers me. I feel like I reached this point in the community where I was so tired of people talking about escaping being here on Earth that it was driving me crazy. And it was all about getting to some other dimension and not being here. And instead of being embodied. Okay, what am I going to do about these decks, you guys? We got 2 decks here. They both have books. There's this one here. Here's the Work Your Light. Like, I'm tempted to sit here and make my own deck just like Dawn Michelle did. Like, maybe that's what I want to do. Maybe... these are both mass market decks. Okay, Work Your Light Oracle. Okay, go ahead and put down below if you think I'm going to make one deck, and put down below if you think I'm going to chop one of these. When I look at this, I'm going to chop them both. I'm going to chop them both. And that's because when I look at this, I feel like this represents a time in my life that I am so grateful for. I really am. This really helped me figure out what was important to me and where I want to be and how I want to be walking my path. But this is the space that I walked through, and this space no longer exists for me. And if I find that I want to revisit it, I can go ahead and repurchase them. So just to recap, I had 2, 4, 6, I had 8 decks. I'm getting rid of these, getting rid of that. I'm kind of like these 2 decks right here. I'm just like, should I? This one, no, this is too dark. It's too much of a strain on my eyes. This one here, no, I'm sticking to it. And then this, okay, and then the Mermaid Tarot. So the only 2 things that I'm keeping are the Motivation Manifesto cards and the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Let me know down below what you thought I was going to do, and if you think I'm going to regret getting rid of some of these decks here. And I want to encourage you to go check out my Ancestral Divination course. It teaches you, you work with 6 types of divination. And in that, it's really about, the joy of this course. Let me just kind of say what you get out of this course. Because yeah, you're working with 6 different types of divination, and there are craft projects, and there are spreads. We've got tons of spreads that you download and work with. But what you get out of it, if you actually do the work and work at your ancestral altar, is you really ground yourself in your body in a way that you haven't before, because you're committed to your lineage, you're committed to your heritage, and it really allows your heritage to come forward and bubble up, the power of that bubble up in your body. You also create a rhythm in your life where you are connecting with your altar, like my altar's over there. And it's like this, it's become such a sacred place of honor and a place that I treasure, and it creates a rhythm for your path working. It creates a rhythm for your witchcraft. It creates a rhythm for your spirituality, and really just opens up the door for there to be an expansion of self in ways that are really, really surprising. Really, really surprising. And the exercises are super cool. I'm so proud of this course, you guys. I think it's amazing. So there's a link in the description box down below. Head on over and check that out. I think that if you sign up, you'll have a great time. And then in mid-November, we're all going to meet online and kind of say hi and talk about what we did and what we liked. And if you can't make it to that, it's also, going to be recorded. All the courses are on demand, and it's yours for life. So head on over there and check it out. So until we meet again, may you have the bravery to get rid of the decks that are just clogging up your shelves, that you're not really working with, and give yourself some space to really be present with the things that are right now that are who you are, that are calling you to really be worked with and loved on and a part of you.